Hamilton and Justin Thorstad. I don't know who's going to catch him. Ray J. Hamilton of Western Texas coming down the home stretch. Ray J. Hamilton versus Thorstad.
Comeback King. 2011 NCAA Championships. Men's 800 meter. 49.85 through the first lap. Blistering. And Robbie Andrews dead last.
Regionally also a part of the mix.
Wow, 49.85 seconds. It hardly ever done here in the United States.
It was his trademark. Never lead early. Never panic. He had missed the entire indoor season with plantar fasciitis. This was his comeback race, and he was running it from the back. Jock had the lead. Prim was moving, and Greer, a dangerous kicker, was fully alive. The race looked decided, but someone had a different agenda on that day.
Prim now making his move on the outside from UCLA.
Cass locks him in second place right now.
So it's Jock, Loxham, Andrews picking up the pace.
Robbie Andrews decided to announce his return in one of the championship's most historic ways.
But they've left themselves. Look at Andrews try and make it up.
Robbie Andrews trying to challenge Jock, and he wins it. Oh, what a rally!
1 minute 44.71 seconds. A kick heard around Des Moines. 4 men broke 1 minute 45.3 seconds. Andrews broke them all. And yet, as stunning as that was, there exists a race where the outcome was never really in doubt. And somehow, that made it even more extraordinary. 30 men, 1 winner.
To watch out for, but this is the man that they've all got to beat, really.
Kenanisa Beckl, Olympic champion and a world record holder. A man who had never lost a 10,000 meter race at this level. And tonight in Berlin, he was chasing something nobody had ever done. 4 world titles. The kind of legacy that turns a man into a myth. For 24 laps, Zernische Tedeschi maintained the lead, glancing back at Beckl, praying he would disappear.
What a great run, though, by Tedeschi, eh? He keeps looking up at that scoreboard, hoping that the green vest will disappear, but it will not disappear.
With 1 lap left, Beckl was still there, conserving every last ounce of energy he had for the moment that mattered. Then the bell rang, and what Tedeschi had been dreading happened.
In the world, no one is going to take it from him. Look at the gap that he's coming through now. He really has opened up a 60-meter gap in the last 400 meters.
60 meters. That's the distance Beckl opened up in the final 400 alone. This was not a race. It was a reminder of who the king of the track was. Beckl's story was one of a man who was never truly threatened. But the next one belongs to a woman who had every reason to quit and chose revenge instead. The woman who came back for more. Budapest, 2023. The last race of the World Championships. Jamaica came in as the heavy favorites. 6 consecutive Olympic medals. And a lineup built for this exact moment.
The Jamaicans are incredibly consistent in this event. They've won a medal in this event at each of the last 6 Olympic Games.
The Netherlands had never won this in 40 years, but they had Femke Bol, and Bol had unfinished business. 1 week earlier at this same meet, she had fallen within sight of gold and walked away with nothing. She had promised revenge out loud. Now, here was her chance.
So you want to finish with fresh, strong legs to try to give your team an advantage.
Keen to watch this second leg, Addo, between Liek Klaver of the Netherlands and Genevieve Russell of Jamaica.
Need a lead as the Netherlands falls back just a bit.
I think they're falling just far out enough of reach.
Bol takes the baton in third, behind Jamaica and Great Britain. Jamaica's anchor was their weakest leg, and the lead looked safe. Then Bol moved.
Within meters of the line in the mixed 4x4, Femke Bol is chasing down Jamaica. It's right on the line. She's done it.
The Netherlands became first-time world champions, and 2 golds from a meet that nearly broke her. Turns out that revenge needed exactly 1 week to brew and get served. Halfway across the world, another athlete was about to prove that sometimes The most dangerous person in a race is not the one with a grudge, but the one who simply knows exactly when to strike. The Miller who broke the distance runners. Azusa Pacific, 2022 Ryan Clay Invitational. Morgan Beatlescombe, 7-time All-American and a 3-minute 52 Miller. He had not just entered this 5K, he had taken it over.
Down right here. I mean, he is just shredding these guys.
Are we looking at possibly sub 13:20 at this point?
Kiprop made his move, but Beatlescombe felt it, found another gear, and drove him back. By the bell, the crowd had already written the ending, but nobody told Brian Fay. The Irish Miller had spent the whole race just waiting and saving the best for last.
Do we have a race here? If we go wide, we might have a race. I mean, probably not, but those guys are rolling.
150 meters left, the race looked done. Then, Fay moved.
What are we watching right here, Kevin Selby? This is one of the great last laps you'll ever see.
Oh my goodness. Unbelievable last lap.
He had let Beatlescombe do everything right, then dismantled him in the final straight. But as Fay proved that 150 meters is all one needs to rewrite a race, somewhere else, one man would discover that even 100 meters can feel like a lifetime when everything is on the line. The late arrival. 2020 NCAA Championships. Men's 1,000 meter prelims. It all started at a slow pace and a qualifying bubble hanging over every man on that track. Winning was not just preferable. For most, it was the only way.
They're pretty slow. They went out 61. So this is pedestrian pace right now. They're definitely going to pick it up. We got
Hamilton had drifted backwards. With 400 meters left, he looked spent. A man already mentally moving on to his next event. Nobody was watching him anymore.
Western. Thorsak going to the arms early. He's coming up on the bell lap. 2:03 right there.
That was the mistake. 100 meters out, something shifted.
Western Texas coming down the home stretch. Ray J. Hamilton versus Thorsak. Who got that? I don't know. That's going to be close. Hamilton takes it.
From what looked like an impossible position, Hamilton unleashed a kick so sudden and savage it stopped commentators mid-sentence. 2 minutes, 34.43 seconds was his time. He had been saving everything the whole time. And in that moment, he produced what the commentators could only describe as the undisputed kick of the week. Now, this next story belongs to a race where the decisive moment was not created by the man still running, but by the man who suddenly stopped. The final 150. Dusseldorf, 1977. The inaugural World Cup 1500 meters. All eyes on the world record holder, John Walker. Olympic champion and a mile world record holder. The field knew exactly what they were up against.
No slouching. John Walker follows him. Walker of New Zealand with Ovet third.
56.5 seconds through the first lap. Thomas Vessinghage pushed hard at the front. Walker, sitting close, patiently waiting for his moment. Then, with 150 meters left, Walker pulled out, limping, and seemingly done.
And has lost 6 yards, and there's one man's blazing speed that has torn this field asunder. Ovet for Great Britain and for Europe to run at this, and Ovet goes. Vessinghage chases, Walker's box, pulls himself out, but has lost 6 yards there, and he's now chasing an incredibly fast time. Will the European record fall? He's just outside. A marvelous run, a sensational.
And from the wreckage, Steve Ovet, blazing through like the race had only just begun. Ovet made his mark on the night the favorite limped off the track at history's first World Cup. Ovet needed a gap to open before he could strike, but the next man on this list created his own gap, at an age when most had already written his obituary. The oldest kick in the room. Galen Rupp, Ryan Hill, Hassan Mead, a field packed with Olympians, world medalists, and closers who could all run sub-4 final miles. And then there was Bernard Lagat, 41 years old, coming off a DNF in the 10K. Some thought this would be his last race ever.
1,500 meters. He might be 41, but he can still close. 41 years old, and he finished the qualifying race with a 53 last lap.
Rupp surged with 3 laps left and opened a 25-meter gap. The pack let him go, too focused on each other, fighting for the Olympic spots. Yet, Lagat stayed quiet through it all.
And now the racing is on, and this is exactly what Rupp did in the majority of his US titles. There's been so many of them. He takes control, middle, latter stages, and just surges strongly.
Then the bell rang, and out of nowhere, Lagat roared.
Front of boy, oh boy, Ryan Hill is out of it. He's not going to make the team. Bernard Lagat is going to take it. Mead in the green in second place.
52 seconds. That's what he ran for the last lap, at 41 years old.
Bernard Lagat has taken another US title. That is historic. That's surely for the man who does his training down in Tucson, Arizona.
5 Olympics at 41. 41. And he still cooked them. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this.